Good morning. It is Monday, April 6th. I hope you're having a wonderful little morning. Had a good breakfast. So today I just want to give you kind of a rundown of what reading is going to look like today. So you need to make sure that you have posted your Number the Stars file folder little project. Remember, it has to be less than a minute video on Edmodo. And then your next step is going to be making sure that you post positive and specific comments on at least 3 friends' videos. Maybe look and see if some people haven't had any posts yet. Put a little comment on there. Make a comment on everybody. Spread some kindness. Make sure it's specific. Tell me why it was a good part, why you liked it. And then after your posting, you get to have free choice reading for 30 minutes. So read whatever you would like. You can even count some of your research for your biography on that. Or if you're just, into a good book. And so the next part of this mini lesson is going to be continuing to read Rose Blanche. I want to make sure that you have a pencil and you have your reading journal. So if you need to pause this and go get that, make sure you do. So we're going to do a little, not a preview, but just kind of a review of what we've read so far with Rose Blanche. And we know that the first part of this beautiful historical fiction story is that we are looking at how trouble is brewing. We know that historical fiction stories are always going to plant in how things are about to start to go wrong. They're not going to tell us word for word, but there's going to be hints of how trouble is brewing. And we kind of saw that in the first part, where all of a sudden, Rose Blanche lives in a little town in Germany, and we're seeing, she said, all talks about how these trucks come in with all these soldiers. Some men left, and then now they're soldiers that are in uniformed, and they all wink at them, and it just kind of looks a little happy, right? Everyone's kind of waving, not this big deal. And then I think we read these 2 pages, and it says, now the trucks follow each other under the school windows. They are full of soldiers we don't know. They do wink at us. They drive tanks that make sparks on the cobblestone. They're noisy. They smell. And she has to hold her ears because it's so noisy when they pass by. You can already see how the setting is starting to change. So good historical fiction readers are going to notice there's a change in the city. The first picture looked like everyone was happy and everyone's waving and they're hanging out the windows. And now we're seeing, if you look, what are these people doing? What are their expressions on their faces? Doesn't look too good, does it? So today, along with understanding where that trouble is brewing, good historical fiction readers make mental bulletin boards in their brains. You're going to make little ideas of, what are what, when, where, how, all of those W's and the why, right? Why are these things happening? And making those mental notes. And today we're going to, instead of just doing mental notes, we're going to be putting them in our journal, okay? So I want us to think, when you open up to the next clean page, you're going to title it Rose Blanche. Of course, write the date. And I want you to write mental bulletin boards. Who, when, where, what, and why. And I kind of just I had Post-its. Not that you have to do that. But this is what my page looks like. So if you need to press pause and make sure your page looks alike. And then we're going to continue reading the next few pages. I want us to think and put mental bulletin boards in our brains of what's going on. Some of these we can already answer. Sometimes it seems things haven't really changed, but my mother wants me to be careful crossing the street between all the trucks. She says soldiers don't slow down. So it's now seeming like it's kind of a rush, right? There's not this waiting and there's happiness and people waving at them and winking. They just said there's so many, they're going back and forth. They're not stopping. Lots of times I walk by the river, just looking at it. Branches float along and sometimes old broken toys. I like the color of the river. It looks like the sky. And I know good readers also ask questions while they're reading. There's a part that was kind of confusing to me. She's looking at the river. Branches float along in sometimes old, broken toys. I wonder why they're floating down the river. It's kind of strange. I'll give you a second to look at these pictures. The trucks are fun to watch. We stand in the doorway as they pass. We don't know where they're going, but we think they're going someplace on the other side of the river. One day, one of them stopped so the soldiers could repair the engine. A little boy jumped from the back of the truck and tried to run away. But the mayor was standing there in the middle of the street. What do you see happening? A little kid jumped and was trying to run away from them in the truck. But the mayor was right there. And I'm guessing that is where the mayor is. Oof. We're going to stop there for today. Let's think back on our notes. Who's in the story? Well, who can we write? I'm going to write. We have Rose Blanche. We have the Nazi soldiers. That mayor. Who else is in the story? What's going on? I cannot wait for you to share. I want you, after you watch this video, to tell me and post, what are you seeing in this story? What's happening? What trouble is brewing? And again, that is it today. Post your video, make your comments, make sure you have your note page in your journal, read Free Choice 30 Minutes. I want you to go outside. I want you to give a compliment to someone at your house. And I want you to know that you are very loved. And I miss you guys like crazy. And I hope you have a wonderful Monday. Bye, guys.